Ciarán, Sarah from the upcoming. Such a pleasure to speak to you. Yes. So tell us why you wanted to play this role and why was now the right time to tell this story?
The reason why I wanted to play the role was because it would have been really churlish to turn down the possibility of being Judi Dench's husband. That would just be a crime beyond all humanity. When I got a message from my agent, from Ken Branagh, to say he wanted to talk to me about something, and we knew each other just to say hello. I've been a huge admirer of his work for years. We all know how brilliant he is as an actor, as a director. Phenomenal, and his work ethic is extraordinary. And when he came to me, I was out of the blue. It was a surprise. He sent me his script, and he'd written something that you sort of understand immediately because it's so truthful. It's so real. It's so truthful. It's a real memory of real things, of real times, of innocence, of joy, smothered by a big dark cloud of sectarianism. And that idea of his homage to home, I want to be part of that, because I also feel that way. I don't have his gifts, but I also feel all those wonderful people that he is saying this love song to. So anyway, that's what I did.
Obviously, it's one of Kenneth Branagh's most personal stories, but what did you bring from your own background as well to the role?
I found the way Ken had written it, when we sat to meet behind Mass for the first time, the grandparents and the parents, just to talk. Very interesting, as a director, he asked us, okay, who we are, what were your parents like? How do you feel growing up? Every one of us, from Judy to Jamie to Katrina. And so we got to, your father was that. We found out 3 out of the 4 of us had doctors as fathers, weirdly. And Katrina's dad was a guard, a police sergeant in Monaghan. And so you then start to where Ken is. He said, just so you start your families, you come from these places, are part what you can offer up from memories of your people into what they were. And I think maybe a little consciously, but also unconsciously, because it's in the DNA. There are elements of my father, and hi, darling. There's elements of my father and elements of my mother's father, my grandfather on the other side. I think there's elements of that, but that's something beyond acting in a way. It's part of what reminds you of where you come from.
An amazing cast, and in particular you're saying about acting opposite Judi Dench. So what was that experience like?
Well, no, Judi Dench was extraordinary, because she's so funny. She's so funny and wicked and brilliant, and she keeps you on your toes. And then working with Judy and Jude, working with Jude, I mean, what a lesson in humility that was, because he's so brilliant. And you said, like, you're so truthful, you're so honest. You go like, stop acting. What are you doing? What are you trying to do? He kept us on our feet all the time. He was kind of phenomenal, and he's such a gift and a beautiful boy.
And, you're saying, it's such an important story to tell, and it's had such an incredible critical reception so far. So what do you hope the impact of the film to be?
Well, I hope the people, the impact will understand. I think it's a universal story for a start, because it is located in Belfast, but all kids have this experience of joy and opening, followed by real life intervening. I'd like them to take away the fact that when they look at the beginning of the film, before the dark cloud came, of this family and these neighbours, and this extended family, how much they supported and cared for each other, genuinely. Even despite the fact, they weren't well off, they lived in pretty basic conditions, but they had great concern for one another, and the world can do more of that. It was a long time coming. I was just thinking the other day, I left maybe in 73. I mean, I go home 2 or 3 times a year, but yes, nigh on 50 years, at the end of the 50 years. Very, very quickly indeed. He obviously had this in his heart for 50 years, and he let it out, and started shooting it's a long time. Those stories that they made a couple of films on Motorbar and Alfonso Cuarón made about their childhood in the last couple of years. They're very beautiful, but they're kind of specific to their own upbringing, but they're international. And what's brilliant with Kenneth done about this could be a child growing up and everything around them, just occasionally, but it's set in our city, and it's our people, but it's international as well. Well, it did bring back lots of memories, in fact, because I guess half of my away from where Ken grew up. He was in Mount Collier, and I actually was up in Clayfair Road. So I would have gone to the Catholic school across the way from he was, but he would have gone to the Protestant school somewhere else. So all this reflects, and when he was talking about it, when he was writing about it, all the streets came back in my head. Every single image of the streets, how they're interlinked, back entries, how they are from my childhood, from my primary school. All that stuff that we did as a kid of that age, that Jude Hill. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but what a discovery this film is. Jude Hill from Guildford. But everybody's all got their own ideas about what culture is or what happened in a place once through history. But as we know, over the last 20 years, Belfast has opened up an awful lot. There's still a lot more to do, we know, but it's opened up an awful lot. And the younger generation coming to say, like, come on, let's party, let's work, let's play, let's do things. And when you go back into history, this 1769, which I think the actual date is the very outbreak of when the first sporadic violence happened. When people see that, it just happened. There was, in a way, we know the history, there's great history before that, but when they came into the film, they say these people seem to have a great time. Fantastic time. People in the street, kids playing football, everybody knowing everybody. And what a culture that is. It's a real committed, close culture. And then the dark side comes to sectarianism. But every kind of culture has that problem. That's how we deal with it. Yeah, I do miss them. I've got 3 sisters living there now. Well, still, one sister's living out in back. And I was up there just a couple of weeks ago because I was working in Dublin. And we got up a couple of weekends. And it was great.